Good. To finish this big section about in painting, there's one more thing we have to learn. And this is how to upload a mask so that we can very precisely change areas within an existing image. And as always, we do that on my screen. Good. So how can we upload the masks to change very specific areas? This is actually super easy. Just start with advanced settings and with an input image. Then we go to inpaint or outpaint, and then we tick here this box enable advanced masking features. And then we have two areas where we can upload things. On the left side, we upload our image. On the right side, we upload a mask. And this is what we do now. We go to the last task here in the exercise sheet, and you can see what I mean with the mask. A mask is basically like a negative of an image, and the areas we want to edit are white, and the areas we don't want to edit are black. So in this format, we need a mask to be able to only edit specific areas with focus. And this is what we do now. So we go back to focus, and now we upload first the image of the car up here. And now we upload the mask here on this side. And why is it now that the white areas are changed and the black areas aren't? You already know that from the normal in painting, because when we paint here, everything which is white is changed and the rest stays the same. And the same concept applies to that. So this is just how focus works. When we want to upload a mask, we have to provide the mask in that particular form. And how we do such a mask, I will also show you later. It's very, very simple. Good, now we have the car and we uploaded the mask. So this gives us the opportunity to only change the silhouette of that car. And then we have to select which mode. For that task, I would go with the default or modify content. I will just stick to the default, and then we have to decide what we want to do as a change. And I just type here a yellow painted race car with a crazy design. Let's see what Focus does out of this prompt. We select JPEG, we create one image, and we use quality. And for the model, we go again with the realism engine, and that's it. And now we can hit generate and wait for the results. Good, now you already see during the generation process how the mask actually works, because now everything stays the same, but only this actual part of the car is changed. And this is a very, very good opportunity if we want to achieve a very specific editing without changing the entire image. For example, here I really like the lighting and also the background and everything. And in this case, we just get a new car, but without changing too much of the rest of the image. And as you can see, I think Focus is doing a great job here. We get a nice yellow racing car and also a crazy design, exactly as specified in the prompt. So let's wait until it's done, and then we will check out the result. Well done. So this is our crazy design race car, and I think Focus did an awesome job. It looks fantastic. Good. And now the question is, how can we generate such a mask? You probably can imagine that there are several possibilities to do such a mask. For example, you could upload the image here in a service like Canva, delete the background, then paint the car completely white, and then change the background to black, and then you have a mask like this. Or you could also open this car in an image manipulation program like GIMP, which is for free, and also create a mask like this. And there's no right or wrong. Just go with the method that you think gives you the fastest way to such a mask. for example, when you want to do such an in-painting. And I will show you how I create the mask with the free software GIMP, but as I said, feel free to do whatever you want to create such a mask. So it's not important how you do it, it's just important that in the end, the areas you want to change are white and all the rest is completely black. And of course, you could also, for example, just paint these areas here with the pencil in white, and then you would get a very similar result. But later, when we want to create very specific results and we have to do a very specific in painting and only change certain areas, it's better to go with the mask, because with the pencil you can't be too precise. Good, I opened now the car in an image manipulation program called GIMP, which is for free, but there are plenty of others out there. You can use Canva, you can use Photoshop or whatever. I just show you how I create masks like this, and I will do it quick and dirty, but you get an idea. So the first thing you do is you zoom in a little bit, and then you take such a tool that allows you to basically select certain areas within an image. And normally you would do this like slowly and precise, but as I just want to show you how it works in general, I do it pretty fast and dirty. And then you just go around the silhouette of the car or the area you want to edit. And now this is selected. And then there are several possibilities how you can do that. The first thing I always do is I paint the car white by filling that area. And then I go to selection and I do invert selection. And now everything else is selected. And then I select black and I paint that. And now the mask is done. And you can imagine that you can do that with whatever shape you can think of, and you can do this with different image programs. I just like to use GIMP because it's for free and it works totally fine.